Hello everyone. In today's session, we are going to discuss a paper that was done by a Business Education Synchronized Group Certificate Examination Stage 1 in paper 2. That is a practical one now. The first thing that you are required to do as a candidate for this class, you are told to create a folder named knec exam. So you just come on the screen, empty space. To create a folder, you just right click. After right click, you click on new, then folder, and then from this folder now you can name it exam knec. You can name the folder exam knec. So you just name knec exam like that, then you click enter, and there we have the folder. So everything that you're going to do now, we are going to save all our work to this folder. You can double click to it and see that we have empty. It is empty, so meaning that there is nothing. So at the end of the day, when we are done with our work, everything that we will have saved to this folder, we are going to burn it to a disk so that we can submit it to the NEC for the examination. So the first question requires us to open the system tools folder in the accessory folder and select the disk clean up option system, and then capture resulting window and paste it to the examination. So for you to open that, you just need to go to the control panel, disk clean up, and go to the control panel. If you cannot see it, you can just search it. So we have the control panel like that, and then from here you look at the administrative tools. If it is not there, you can just click on this. If you find that this is the main menu for the control panel, you can just come here to the category and then click on the small icons, and then from the small icons go to the administrative tools, double click on it to open, and here we have the disk cleanup. You can double click on it to open it. The disk cleanup, it is loaded. This is where we have the disk cleanup. Disk cleanup. So that was the first question carrying 5 marks. That was the first question carrying 5 marks. And then remember now, after that we need to capture it, screenshot it, and paste it to our Word for printing it, so that you can be able to submit as the back. So, and here this is our cleanup. Remember to ensure that in the disk cleanup windows we have more options you can select on it, but our question requires us to disk cleanup with these. That is what we have there. So now with this you can just screen capture this. And how do we screen capture this? To screen capture that, you just need to hold the control key plus the alt and the print screen key on the top of your key, on the top of your keyboard, and then from that you can just come to the start, go to the Word where we have Word, and then you just click on the blank one, and then you can paste now. So here we have what the question 1 requires us to have. That is the disk cleanup like that, and then we can click file and then save as. Remember to always go to the folder that we created on the desktop, that is known as the NEC exam. Double click on it, and then we give the name as per what the question requires us. So it requires us to save that as the utility. So you just give the utility here, utility, that way, and then you can click on save. So we are done with that first question. You can just clean up these and this and this, and then remember now, if you go to this folder exam, we have the utility as the first one, like that, like that. So that was our first task. That was our first task that we have according to that. And then we go to the second question. The second question is requiring us to open the device and the printers dialog in the control panel, then select add printer, and then customize it as shown below. So in this case, you just need to go to the control panel to get the settings for the printer. You create control panel like this, you open on it. After you open on it, remember you can minimize this one to large icons, and then you can click on this printer, and then you go to hardware and sounds here, and then device and the printers, like that. And then here at the top there is hard and device and harder printer, so we are concerned with harding and printer, so you click on it. And then because the printer is not installed in our already in our computer, so what we need to do is to click on this print was not, and then now we can select this manually like this, so that you can get the question that was there. So this was the bit that was tested, if you can arrive at this. And in this you can select the port that is already in our question. So according to our question, it is COM serial port, COM1 serial port 1. So you have this, that is what is required. And then from that, now we can screenshot that and paste it to our Word. So you just need to screenshot it. And how do we screenshot it? We have set to screenshot that you just hold Control Alt and then Delete in our to screenshot it. We have set you Control Alt and then print the screen, and then from there now we can go to the new word. We can go to the new word. Just go to the new word here. After going to the new one, you just click on blank, and then you can paste this like that. So, and then remember this, we are told to save it as you capture the blanket and save it as hard printer. So you just go to file, then save as, and then you browse, because it is must be on the desktop, and then on the same folder for the knec. And then this one you can give the file name the way you are required in the question, as hard printer, add printer, as add printer, like that. And then you can save it, and then we are done with that question. You know that question, remember, you're not supposed to save everything to click OK, to avoid changing to avoid changing the settings. So the next question for us, it requires us to do what? We go to the Internet Explorer, we go to the Internet Options dialog, and then in the Internet, and set these properties as the way it is required. And for us to go to the Internet Options, you just need to go to the search. You can just search the control panel, just like this. And then from the control panel, you can go to the main, and then we have network and internet. Then you go to the Internet Options here, and then from the Internet Options here, we have everything that was required for us. Then remember here there is a way it is rated. So according to the knec, and they have written it as this is according to the knec here. According to the knec here, they have written this one as mzaro, mzaro.org, and then from there they have also ticked here on the the browsing of the, so you can just click on it like that. And then this one is what the requires you to capture screen and then save it to your knec folder. So under this, to capture, remember we have said you just hold the alt control and then print screen, and then from there you can just need what you just need to do is go to the start button and then word, you click on word, then you can go to the blank. After blank, then you can use these groupings here. You click on that, and this is what we have, that the knec requires us to have. And then from here we can just click on file, then save as, and then we browse to get where the desktop is. And then from here we double click on the knec exam, and then here we are supposed to give this file name as internet options. So you just write internet options. Then you can save it like that, and then we are done. Now we can just get away from that. Remember, don't to finish the settings because we will alter the changes. So the next question requires us to go to the open the computer properties and activate system protection dialog box, then select the system protection and then screen capture resulting window and paste it in the blank window. So to this, what we need, we just come here to the start to this, and then we can go direct to the system. You can just direct go to, you right click the start button, then system, and there we have the system properties. All if that process is wrong for you, you can just go to direct to the file explorer like this, and then go to this PC, right click on this PC, and then click on the properties, and there we have the same. And here on the left pane here, you can see there is a system protection, then click on it like that, and then you can see this is what the knec requires you to have. Then you can screen capture that and then paste it to the blank word. You can screen capture that and paste it to the blank word, and you just hold the control alt, then print a screen just like that. And then from there you can select the blank word. You can select the blank word by going to the start button, then word, and then you click on the blank, and then from the blank you can click on the paste just like that, and then you go to file, then save as, and then you browse on that, and then you can click on the desktop, the knec, and then from here you can give the file name according to the way question requires you to have. You're supposed to save document as system properties, so you just write, and then you write the system then properties. You give the file name as this system properties, system properties, just like this, and then you click save, and there, that is what the knec requires you to have. So we can just minimize that, cancel that, and then still we can cancel that. So the next requires us to have to open the task dialog box and apply the following settings in the taskbar. So then we can screen capture that and put it. So to open this, you can just go to the taskbar where it is, then right click on it, and then open on the properties. So open on the properties, and here we are told to tick the rock, the taskbar, how to hide, and then use the small that, and then do not apply task location on the screen. Then we installed task location on the screen to be at the top. So here you just screen this and click on the top here, that way. So now from there we can capture that. We can capture that the way we just captured the others. So you just need to hold the Control Alt, then print a screen like that. And then from here we just need to go to the empty place, the empty word. Then you can drag this to open where we have, and then we have word like that. Then click on blank. I can move it a bit. Then we have the blank, and then we can paste this like that. So now we don't need this again because we have already pasted it in us. So you can see that is what the knec requires. That, so you can click the file, then save as, go to the browse, then desktop, knec exam, and then from the knec exam you can save it as taskbar settings, the taskbar settings. So you give the folder name here. We have the taskbar settings. And then from there you can just click on the save. So that is what it requires us to have. Then the next question is create the following directories structure in the knec folder. You click the following directory in the knec, in the knec folder. So how do we create the directories in the knec folder? So you just come to here to your folder knec. Then from here we are told that the first folder that we can create is the CEO. So remember, you can just go to home here, and then after going to home you have the new folder there, and then that new folder you can call it the CEO, and then you can click enter. So inside the CEO we have the managing director, so you double click on that, then you right click, then we have the new, then folder, and here we have the managing director, the managing director. Then inside the managing director we have 3 human resource and finance. Double click it to open inside. So you can see even the directory here on top. So click on home, then new folder here, and then our first one is human resource, manager, human resource manager. And then still we have the other one. You can go home, then new folder again, and here we have the finance manager. Then you can go come again here to the home new folder, and here we are going to have the marketing manager, and then that way. And then from there inside the finance we have another folder which is known as the account clerk, account crack. So if you want to go back to your folder, you just click here on top where we have the knec, and here we have all the folders. We have the managing director, we have 3 folders, and the finance, we have that, and then we have that. So the next question requires us to create that structure or that flowchart of what we have created there on top. And for us to create that structure, we need and save it to this folder of the knec. We need just to go to the start button, and then you click on the new. You click on the new here, and then for you to have these, you can just go to the insert here, and then we have the smart art, and inside the smart art you can choose the hierarchy, and then from there I see my hierarchy just looks as this. I can pick the first one like that, then okay, so I can edit the text according to the way I want. So we have the first one, which is the CEO. No. We have the CEO. Then in the next one here we had the managing director. So I have the managing director here. The managing director there, and then from there I have here, and remember here was the human resource manager, and then here is the finance. So you have the finance manager, and then here I have the marketing manager, and then you can see here I have another maybe branch under this, who is the account clerk. So I need to come here to add the shape, and then here I have it, and then from there I can add the accounts clerk. I can add the accounts clerk just like that, and there I have my full the way diagram, the way it looks, or the way we have just drawn our folders. So then from there you can just click on file, then save as, and then you browse to your folder knec, desktop, and then knec exam, and then here we are so told to save it as work ethics. So you can just click on work ethics, just like that, then you control save, and there we have that. So and that is how it appears for the printing. So the next thing that we need, it is for us to open on the email program, and then we have the following written. We open on the email program, and we have the following that is written. So for us to go to the email program, this one we just need to go to the Outlook. You can go to the start, then all programs, and then on this pan you can search on the search on the Outlook 2016. Here in my case I have the Outlook 2016, and then from that Outlook it requires us to have this kind of work. So you can just click on that. So it requires me to have the task. So if you don't know where the task is, you can just click on these three buttons, then task, like that. And then from the task you can we don't need to go to this to-do list. We have the task as that. I have already keyed my task. If there is one that you want to add a new, you just click on this subject and then you click here to add a new task, here like this. You double click on it and then you can add the task like here. If it is prep, maybe prep prep. And then you can give the starting date, and then you can say maybe it is on Wednesday, that is word. Maybe you give the date as maybe 25 stroke 4 stroke 2023, like that. And then from there you can just click on that and then you can save it, then you can cancel that. So when it comes here, you have this activity which is the prep, and so then you are told to screenshot the result and then you paste it to the that word we have with this event. So you just need to do the same way that we were printing. So you just go to your keyboard, and then from the keyboard you hold the Control Alt and then print screen. And then after you hold it, you can just go to the word and go to the start button, and then you look for the word, and then we have the blank. Can I minimize that? We have the blank, and then from the blank we can paste the work that we have already had. Then you can click on the file and then save as. Then we can browse from our desktop to the knec folder that we have already created, and then you can give the file name according to the way question requires us to have it. So it requires us to save it as to-do list. So you just click and give the file name as to-do list, just like that, to-do list, and then you can click save. Save like that. And then we can cancel that. You're done with that. And then the other question requires you to open the paint and do some drawing. So to open the paint, you just go to the start or to the container here, and then you can light the paint, and then you click on it like that. And then here you can do any painting that you want. You can take even this, and then you can do, depending on how the question is requiring you to have. You can have the filling for these, depending on how the question is requiring you to paint. And then from that, if you have the paint still, you can screen capture it, and then you paste it on a blank and record it the way you are told. So you just Control Alt then P, and then after you have captured it, you can just go to the start button, then word processing, and then you can click on the blank, and then from here you can paste your work like that. So that is how you paste the work. Then you can file, then save it as, then browse, and then you can go to the document, then knec, and then from the knec maybe you can call it paint, that way. And then from there you can close this and don't save. So this is the work now that you are supposed to submit to the knec. If you open that, you have all this. So the one that is printable, you can just print it as the hard copy and then accompany it to this folder that you're going to bounce it to our CD drive, that is a read write CD-ROM. And then from here you can submit it to the knec for the examination and awarding of the mark. So that is a paper that you are supposed to take 1 hour to do that practical if you are a student in the S and the G group, that is stage 1. And that brings us to the end of this class session. I was your trainer, Maurice Monene. If you found this video of benefit to you, please consider subscribing, like and share it to many students so that they can have the same knowledge. Thank you very much.